I find that so many of you, so many people without technical background, you're being confused. So that's what I want to break down today. I want to really demystify NFT, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and I want to break it down for people. So if you're joining me, do say hello. Let me know where you're joining from. Drop your name. You know, where in the world, everywhere in the world, right? We have people from all over the world. So you're welcome. So here's the deal. We're talking about money today, and I have one in front of me. Okay. This is what? $100. I'm here in the US, so just go find your local currency. Okay. Here's the deal. This is $100, right? Because somebody told us it's $100. But let me break it down. This is an NFT. Consider this an NFT. I'm going to break it down. So bear with me. So what is an NFT? You know the definition. Everybody knows it, non-fungible token, all of that. I just spoke like a robot there. But here is the key. It's tied to the word forgery. Something, a token allocated to you that cannot be duplicated, that in of itself is distinct, but the value can be duplicated. But so again, let me break it down. My job today is to make it as simple, as accessible to a 4-year-old. So bear with me, okay? Because this stuff is complex, but my job is to make it easy. Okay, so I welcome Nchidi, John, Atlanta. Hello, Richie. Hello, you're doing okay? Where are you joining from? Ghana. Good to have you. So today I'm talking about NFTs, blockchain, cryptocurrency. I really do like an introduction today, so I'm laying the foundation. I want to talk about money. Okay, money. I have $100 here, and I'm saying consider this an NFT. NFT, fungible. Think about forgery, cannot be forged, cannot be duplicated. Okay, a token, something given to you. Okay, that it's distinct. So how is this $100 distinct? There's no other $100 in the world as this one. Why? There are more $100 in terms of the value is duplicated, but you will notice there's a number on each currency. There's a number. That's the token. That's what sets this apart to say there is no other $100 such as this. This one is allocated to me, so it's distinct, but $100 can be distributed to everybody in the world, right? This is not the only $100 in the world, but this is the only one with this distinct identifier in the world. You're printing money and the numbers keep going up and up, right? You can print as many $100 as possible, but each one is distinct. NFT. That's what it's saying, is that something that holds value, you're going to allocate it to people. The value can be allocated to millions of people, but each allocation has a distinct, there is no duplicate of that allocation in the world. Are you going with me, guys? This is instructor Coach Toyi in the house. Consider this a token, but an NFT. It has a number. But here's another thing. Let me take this to the next level. So I'm laying the foundation. If you've been here before, you know what I do, right? Is that I'm going to lay the foundation, and I see people joining here on Instagram. Hello, thank you for being here. So I've just laid a small foundation. Let me build on that. Here's what you're also going to say. This, at the end of the day, bear with me, it's a piece of paper. Right? With a nice drawing of somebody we really, really honor and respect and the whole world values. Okay? With, distinct markings to make it uncopyable. Bear with me. When we strip it down, let's strip this thing down. At the end of the day, it's high quality, distinct paper manufactured by the supply chain is strict. Only certain manufacturers in the world are allowed to manufacture this piece of paper to increase the perceived value. At the end of the day, what actually gives this value? I'm connecting it to NFT, okay? What gives this the value, okay, is the backing of the government that printed this. And if you remember, if you can read history around the currency, When it first started, the same conversation people are having today about NFT. Oh, what value is it? What does it mean in the real world? That same conversation was had on the dollar. Remember the gold standard. That's where the gold standard came from. And many currencies in the world are still backed by gold. Why? People who designed the world, I'm telling you, people designed the world that we lived in. Another world is being designed today, but it's based on the old world in the digital economy. When people sat around and started printing or coming up with this idea, they knew what they were doing. And to prop it up, believability, at that time, they had to come up with the gold standard, the value of gold. That way you could control what you could print, because they know, right? But the US has moved away. The story and the believability of the dollar is so strong in of itself, it doesn't need. So I'm not here to judge, okay? I'm just here to educate. It doesn't have a prop anymore in the real world. The gold standard has been. Go and read about it. Other countries still have gold. Now, here's the other thing. So I'm building layer by layer. We are told this is $100. So the value of your NFT could be set at a certain value. But what we also know, this, based on inflation, deflation, the value, is it really $100? The conditions and the dynamics that influences this value has to be controlled and managed. Here, I want to lay foundation so that when you're out there and you find yourself in rooms where they're saying NFTs, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and you don't have a technical background, I'm using this analogy to break it down so everybody that understands money can really understand where the world is going. The reason is because I have a seat at a certain space, and not just a seat, I have my own table. I invite my own people. We're designing certain things, and we know where the world is going. But here's the key. There's an information gap, and that gap is only going to get wider. Some people are waiting for somebody to come and educate them, bring them information. You wait for a long time. It's never going to happen. Other people are racing into the future, not just racing, they're actually designing the future. Right? But that future is based on a template. That's my point. Cryptocurrency, blockchain, NFTs, they're based on the real world as you know it today, but they're taking it to the next level. So let's hold that thought. Let me bring another thing in conversation today. Web 2, Web 3. Okay? Let me explain Web 2, Web 3. And please invite more people. This is so important, right? Web 2, Web 3. Here's what's happening. So I just explained your NFT. I'm still going to come back to it, but pack this a little bit. When you talk about Web 2, Web 3, think about this. Many people forget that a website is actually computers and machines helping you. Okay? In the physical world, you may have a store. You are limited by the number of people that can come into your store, that can see your business, and you can trade and do business with. But we went into the era of websites, and there were evolutions of the website. And trust me, Web 3 is soon going to be Web 4, Web 5, Web 6, with the things people like Elon Musk are working on. Okay, I'm not going there. I wish somebody would stop some of those things, but okay. Anyway, so we went into website, and you have to realize that a website is really codes and machines, right? And companies like Amazon took advantage of the digital era in terms of website. Here's what they did. They understood cloud computing. They propped up their websites, and they understood and powered it so fast. And they even created a business. They got it figured out so fast that they now even sell their capacity in cloud computing to the rest of us. Okay? Amazon Cloud, all those things, right? Okay? Remember, just a website is not the key. It's the machine, the automation, the ability to unleash the limitless capacity, right? Your website can go anywhere in the world versus if you had a physical store. How many people can really travel around the world to come and buy it from you? But Amazon capitalized on the evolution of the internet. There is no limit to who you can reach and what you can sell. All you have to do is put more machine power and all of these things behind it. But here's the other thing they did. They had to put in place supply chain sophistication to back it up, right? So it wasn't just website images. Remember, you had images. If you go to Amazon.com or any website, you're not touching the product itself. You're touching an image, a picture that signals to your mind, this is what you're going to get. If you put this image in a shopping cart and you check out, Amazon ties that image, numbers. See, I'm breaking this thing, and they go through their warehousing, pick, pack, ship process, and then they ship you the actual product. So they still have to build a solid infrastructure, supply chain, warehousing capability to support the back end of the website. Web 2. In Web 3, hear me, you don't need that back end investment. With your NFTs, your creativity, your believability, your story, and a community that believes and trusts anything you say, they can buy your NFT. And you don't have to send them any physical product. You don't have to make that back-end investment if you don't want to. If your NFT is not backed by gold, remember my gold standard. This is no longer backed by gold. It's just what the US government tells us. The trade, movement, GDP, exports, foreign reserves, right? That engine, the economic engine, is what keeps this going. And then the instruments, Federal Reserve, this, making sure they're controlling inflation, deflation. Why? Because they told us this is the value, 100. But sometimes the value, particularly when you start talking about exchanges. So even in the digital world, you hear about exchanges. In the physical world, if you want to cross from the government behind this dollar into another government that doesn't take this, you will go through an exchange. And depending on the strength of the backing, my $1 could be 500 of yours. Are you going with me? Right? Exchanges exist. You want to convert this to, let's see, I want to make this real. To Some is from Addis Ababa. What's your currency in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia? Richie, Ghana cedis. $1, one of my dollar to your Ghana cedis is what? Drop that note. Okay, that's exchange. We exchange it. That means if I create my NFT and I tell my community that my NFT is whatever I come up with, and you have your own NFT in your Ghana, and my brand story, my economy is stronger than yours, one of mine is equal to one of what? Okay. Hey, I'm trying to make this very, very simple, because this is where the world is going. The world is here already. So if you don't understand this dynamic, okay. Andre is from UK. Richie says very good to understand. You have to understand it. Consider this my NFT. Somebody, you know. So when someone, okay, I want to bring this all home before I go. I'm trying not to go too fast. So I'm trying to carry people along because this gets more dynamic, more sophisticated, right? So on one hand, I just explained the idea of NFT, what it is in terms of, the definition, but I'm saying, think about fungibility. It's not something that holds value, okay? It's distinct. The value can be distributed, but the number token assigned to it is distinct. This $100, because of the number assigned to it, this is the only $100 with this number in the world. But the value, $100, you can keep printing on it, right? Printing and generating more and more and distributing it to your followers. Okay. Do we understand that? You also understand Web 2 and then Web 3. Web 3, if you don't want to build your own gold standard, meaning a physical representation of your NFT, that's okay. So what does it mean now? Right? What you need is creativity, believability, a story people believe in, and a community behind you that trusts you, that believes in you, wants to invest in you, wants a piece of your token. They want to be about your world, right? And guess what? In the metaverse, okay, when we start getting our avatar, we will need to buy shoes for that avatar, buy lipstick, dress it up. It has to look good. It doesn't mean that you're going to ship us physically, unlike Amazon of today, Web 2. It's just that there's a new world being created that in of itself, they're designing it in such a way that it will just exist in of itself without technically a real world replica. That's what's being designed. Now, if you want a real world replica, so for example, you're a singer, okay, you have songs and you release NFTs, and your fans, your raving fans are like, yes, I just bought this person's NFT. Oh, yeah. Okay, you exchange it money, and now I have your NFT. I'm like, I'm a fan, Now, that in of itself is the value. But if you're a nice musician, maybe that NFT, if the day you're not doing a movie concert or a concert in the city, you can then say, okay, if you've bought my NFT, you have free access, unlimited access, front row access, VIP access to my song. Okay? Like by investing and getting a piece of me, I'll give you something, an experience in the real world that will make you go, I am VIP access, basketball, sports. They've been doing this thing. Consider it next level. You can buy into brands, businesses, celebrities, artists. All they have to do, take a pen, draw something, banana. Okay, I'm trying to be funny now. Okay, I'm trying to be funny. I can draw anything. Is this sinking in, people? I can draw anything. And whatever I draw, you and I will agree that we care about that thing. Is it registering? Okay. Richie says $1 is 7.28 cedis in Ghana. Okay, that's an exchange. So you can't go to the streets, right? My NFT and your NFT, we'll have to exchange it. And some people build, if you remember, even in the real world with real currency, government currency, let's just say government currencies today, exchanges are controlled, daily value. There are machines calculating, and the value is based on strength of a combination of things. So not one thing, but combination of things. Strength of the government, stability, trade. Back to my love, trade, exports, GDP, productivity, activities, the believability, the trust, the foreign reserve. All of those things every day is being calculated and is deciding one of mine is equal to 7 of yours. One of mine is 500 of yours. Computers, machine. Okay? And the same thing is going to be true for NFTs in the digital era.